Welcome to OWAD today. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue exploring some core relational concepts. Who is today's character? And I translate it as aunt, but actually Chinese is a very relationship conscious, very interpersonal relationship, especially family ties conscious, and probably because in the past, multi-generation and multi, like nowadays we have nuclear family, right? In the past is where extended family live together. So they have to pin down the relationship, the intricate network within that family, and have such a big vocabulary regarding that. And because my generation already started one child policy. I mean, I grew up in the one child policy era. Lots of us, my peers, were just single child, and we were without a siblings. I mean, many of us are without siblings, and we only have cousins. I mean, even cousins in my generation would disappear further down because then it would be one child. You cousins would be your parents. Your parents would, assuming your parents would have their siblings, therefore you can have cousins, right? But my generation already trimmed down that family tree to so thin that every family household only have one child and you don't have cousins anymore for the next generation. So I just realized that it's kind of shocking. Anyways, aunt in Chinese means the your your father's or your husband's sister. So there are, I guess, women and men in Chinese have distinctive roles and social expectations. But we do have such a vocabulary created as to whose sibling that is. Okay, so if this is the man, the husband side of sisters, it will be aunt. It will be gu. If it is the mother's sisters, it will be yi. How interesting, right? And I guess the difference is because once the woman married into a family household, the original family, aka all the siblings of the woman, is kind of exterior. It's no longer moving under the same roof, the same household. The woman will stay with the husband's family. So more likely, the woman would, from a woman's perspective, would live for a period of time before the aunt, the sister of the husband, got married off, would have this interpersonal, intricate, relationship with woman on woman relationship. So gu is probably more core to the family drama because you would definitely have lots of gu when you marry off to a different big family, especially. Okay, gu is originally, however, means the mother of your husband instead of sister. And eventually, the mother husband was taken over by probably a more popular term. When I grew up, how to address the mother of your husband, it would be la po. Okay, po is more of a kind of contemporary expression for mother-in-law of your husband's side. And if it is mother-in-law of the wife's side, the husband would address that as 丈母娘. So totally different thing. Gets more complicated. But gu originally means the mother of the husband. The reason why is because we have this female icon on the left, and then the right side, gu, not only serves as a pronunciation sign, part of the, because it's a combination, right? The left side means the meaning, the categorical meaning, but the right side, contemporary Chinese scholars classify it would be as the sound maker. So I address the parse out as the sound maker on the right, the meaning maker on the left, but meaning maker is very fuzzy because it's a female. Yes, we know the gender of aunt, but exactly what that means. My theory is all the 形声字, so 形, the shape, the format, or the meaning side of it versus the sound part of it, the meaning maker, sound maker combination is always meaning plus meaning maker combination. That's my theory so far. And so I would definitely explain this gu not only serves as a sound maker, what's the meaning of it? It means ancient because it has the 10 signal, which is the cross sign, which is the roping technology. Once you hit number 10, you run out of all your fingers to count. You're going to tie a knot on the rope. So that's our knot tying record keeping method signifies number 10. And then the bottom is the mouth symbol that came from the vessel that hold food. And because the vessel holding food have that, the handles on the side, eventually this vessel is associated to dining, to eating, which is in the era of agrarian society, even before, like now we're in Neolithic, but even I believe this character came from Paleolithic concept that food security back then was even more insecure. So dining utensil eventually associated with dining, the act, and then eventually associate diners, the person who eat there with that utensil, eventually signifies major concept of, as a speaking, because the organ is a speaking function, and then dining, the eating function. And a person in a society, if we boil it down to a social role for that person, is as a consumer, we eat, and as a producer, we speak, we talk. So that two major functions are captured, boiled down to the mouse symbol. So the mouse eventually means a person. And 10 persons means 10 generations. And 10 generations translated in the roughly lifespan of like 25 or 30 years in ancient times would be about 250 years. And this 200 plus years would be considered in Chinese concept ancient. And if it's ancient plus woman symbol combined together, the ancient woman in your household, who would that be? Okay, in the hierarchy of the household, man is about woman, was about woman. Okay, I would say. And then who would be among the women, the pack order, who would be the head, who would be the most powerful in the power structure of a household, especially multi-generational and extended family. You have your aunts living with you, you have your in-laws living with you. Such a big, family drama you can imagine happening under that one big roof, right? And then the highest, the pack order among the woman's side would be the mother-in-law of the husband. Okay, so this character, Gu, originally was attributed to the oldest, meaning the most senior, the most powerful woman in the household. That's mother-in-law. And eventually, other concept of mother-in-law take over, as I recalled. This concept was associated. Then the second powerful in your family would be the aunt. Surprise, right? The wife married into this household, but the wife social status was below the sister of the husband. The wife was below the sister. Just picture that. It's hard to wrap our minds around that concept in our today's age, but ancient times probably, because you're not the blood tie of that family. So you're sort of like a latecomer versus the aunt, the sister of the husband, was already in the household for so long. And of course, it's the bloodline in the same, sharing the same last name. So you, the wife's role, as an outsider, would be lower rank in the power structure. Okay, 姑娘, aunt, mother. Okay, these two feminine roles, either as aunt, and we know aunt original, 姑 originally means mother-in-law, 娘 means your own mother from your own family. You're born like your true mother, even if you may call both as mother, but in English we plus in-law at the end to differentiate. It's not your blood mother, but you married into that family's mother role. So Chinese would say 姑 and 娘. 姑 would be your mother-in-law, 娘 would be your mother-mother. Okay, actually, this concept doesn't mean that anymore. 姑娘 in today's Chinese simply means girls, unmarried young girls. And I guess unmarried young girls, eventually social expectation will be you either become somebody else's gu or somebody else's niang. So you're either going to give birth to boys or girls, and then eventually the next generation get married. You're going to gain the social status of either as gu or niang or both, depends on from whose perspective, right? So that's a social expectation of the gender. The gu and the niang, that's your future role, your future destiny, so to speak. Okay, 尼姑. Okay, translated as an intimate aunt. And to English speakers, this almost sounds funny. Like, what do you mean to be intimate with your aunt? That sounds really weird. And it is. And in Chinese, definitely we don't have any expectance of have anything to do getting intimate with your either aunt or mother-in-law. Nothing like that. 尼姑 in Chinese actually means kind of female monk, monk who dedicated themselves, as nuns. Okay, so females dedicated themselves to spirituality, to kind of take themselves out of this social network of this bloodline family tree thing. And nigu, I guess, is that to have this intimate relationship either with yourself or with your spirit. That the blood ties your role as either gu or the niang, or like wherever you live in the social structure, the family extended family household structure already, like you annulled all of that, and that is the nigu, the intimate aunt status. Very interesting. Very because I learned nigu as nuns. I already take it as an explanation of the definition to me already as nigu as nuns. So I never thought why intimate aunt would be nuns. Okay, and I hope the explanation sort of makes sense, even if it's really irony. Like intimate means it's socially, interpersonally, the most detached type of aunt. It's not even your aunt anymore once somebody becomes nun. Okay, 姑息, aunt a piece. And I guess aunt as the authority, a female authority figure in an extended family household that probably serves as the mediator a lot as family conflicts, family dramas, right? So this aunt, I guess, before it becomes our aunt concept, is still 姑息 in this concept would be the mother-in-law, more likely, the leading female figure, and then she's going to decide right and wrong, be like a family court of sort within their family domestic affairs that this aunt are going to appease or to maintain peace in the family. So therefore, we have such expression, 姑息, eventually extended beyond the family, of course. That means you're trying to kind of appease somebody else at the expense of somebody else. Okay, so appease somebody at the expense of somebody else may not be very fair. And 姑息 probably means you're not holding up a discipline or rule of law. It's your kind of family law. Therefore, you may have your bias and judgments in there that's not considered fair. So that's 姑息. Here we go. And I guess aunt in American culture is associated with dining, with good food, with laughter, probably is a positive, totally positive language term association. But versus in Chinese, they got this lineage and quite complicated and the family drama associated with it. So there you go. Thank you for your time. See you another day.